Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Landy Martin. I'm a professional network marketer and I love helping you build big teams and create cultures that no one will ever want to leave. Today, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that we need to learn to overcome to be successful. Number 1, we must learn to handle frustration. Frustration is something we have to become disciplined about. It kills dreams. It turns positive attitudes into negative attitudes. It wipes out our self-discipline. We must learn to discipline this, and the key to massive success is massive frustration. I'm going to tell you a story about FedEx founder Fred Smith. When he started, he used every dime he had to start FedEx, and he wanted to deliver 150 packages. Well, he ended up only delivering 16, 5 of which went to employees, okay? And things got really worse from there on. His employees had to cash their checks at convenience stores a lot of times because they did not have enough funds to cover payroll. Many times his planes were in the process of being repoed, and they literally had to bring in a certain amount of sales every single day just to stay up and running. Well, FedEx now is a multi-billion-dollar company, and the only reason it is because Fred Smith was able to handle frustration after frustration after frustration. And if you look at many successful people, from inventors to successful artists, there's that one common theme is that they've been able to handle frustration. So 2-step formula for handling frustration is don't sweat the small stuff. And step 2 is just remember it's all small stuff, guys. Nothing is that big in life that we can't overcome. And success is buried on the other side of frustration. Most people allow frustration to keep them from taking the necessary steps that they need to achieve their goals. So instead of getting frustrated, take each setback as feedback. Okay, each setback is feedback, and don't let the frustration, rob you of your success. Okay, tip number 2 that we must learn to do is handle rejection. The best salesmen are those who have been rejected the most. And what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? If I were to tell you that there's no way you could fail, what would you do? Would your behavior change? Would your activity change? What's keeping you from doing what you need to do right now? Is it that tiny 2-letter word, no? To succeed, we must take away the power that we have given the word no, okay? We attach so much meaning to that little word. So we got to make a game of this, okay? When we hear the word no, we need to reframe it. We need to reprogram our mind to think of something wonderful, like, yay, I'm one step closer to the next yes. Yay, without all these no's, I won't be a success, okay? Sylvester Stallone was told no 1,000 times before he was able to bring forth Rocky, which became his big, huge hit, right? And we have, think of the Colonel Sanders. He was 65 years old when he started KFC. And he was rejected time and time again about his recipe for his chicken. Look now, KFC is one of the biggest chicken franchises in the world, okay? So, never give up. Just, handle your frustration. Be able to handle rejection. And my third tip, it's very important, is learn to handle financial pressure, okay? The only way to not have financial pressure is to not have any finances, okay? And we don't want that. So whether you're rich or poor, you will always have financial pressure. If you don't have enough money, you're going to be judged. If you have money, you're going to be judged. A lot of times when people come into money, they lose their current friend group because their friends put all these beliefs on them that aren't even true, like that they're different people now because they have money. So think about your mindset towards money, because if you hate the very thing you want, you'll never get it. So, if you have money, you're going to be judged, and if you don't, you won't. So just keep that in mind and make it a habit. And this is very important. I'm going to give you the 10%. Give away the first 10% of what you earn. Make that a habit. This sends the message to your brain that there's plenty to go around and more will come. When you get that message, basically giving is going to become your seed corn. When you provide value to others, it's going to keep you in a state of gratitude for what you have. And believe it, we can always give. I grew up super, super poor, but one of the things that my mom instilled in us is that we give, and, sometimes we gave when we didn't have a lot to give, but God always provided, okay? So give away the first 10% you make. And the second thing you want to do to avoid or deal or cope with financial pressure is to take another 10% and put it towards your debts. Okay, so you got 10% you're giving away, your 10% going towards your debts, and then you want to save 10% for capital, things you can invest in. Maybe you have a goal of owning a real estate property one day. You know what, 10%. I don't care if it takes 10 years to save enough money. You will hit that goal if you just save the money. We need to live on 70% of what we make and do 10, 10, and 10 with the other, okay? Because doing this will give us financial control over our lives and will start the actual steps to becoming successful. If you are spending every dime you make, you will never build capital or wealth. It's not about having a big thing where you make more money. It's about the small disciplines that you make every day. Okay, my fourth my fourth thing that we must overcome is complacency. You know, when we get too comfortable, and you see this all the time, like with athletes, and I know when I played basketball in college, right? I'd work really, really hard to get into shape, and I would even tell myself I'm never gonna get out of shape again. But lo and behold, what did I do? I would let myself get out of shape, go through all that pain again, to get back into shape. Guys, when we lose sight of what got us there in the first place, whether it's that body you want, whether it's that money you want, when you lose sight of what got you there and you stop doing what got you there, you're inevitably going to lose that success, or you won't keep it for very long. When we become comfortable, we stop growing. You know, I think it was Bob Dylan who said, you know, if you aren't busy being born, you're busy dying. And that is so true. And, you know, the founder of McDonald's, he said, when you're green, you're growing, and when you're ripe, you're rotten. So success is not a resting place. It is a journey. It's a journey. We have to embrace it as a journey. And one form of complacency that we all get into is comparison. You know, if you think you're doing better than your friends, you think you're doing pretty well. But let me tell you, there will always be people doing better than you, and there will always be people doing worse than you. So use your own goals to compare your success. You know, judge yourself on your own goals instead of comparing yourself to others. Avoid gossiping about what others are doing, and avoid comparing yourself, whether it be in a good or bad way, because gossip, comparison, all these things are death to your dreams, okay? So don't become complacent. Number 5, this is my last and final tip, and this is the most important thing. Always give more than you expect to receive. You know, the real secret to living is giving, and giving starts that process in motion of receiving. I know you've heard what comes around goes around, and this is so, so true. So send out good and good comes back. Send out negative, ugly, doubt, gossip, that's going to come back too. So keep that in mind. You know, if you're in, say, a chat for network marketing, and you're in a boosting chat, and you're in a welcoming chat, and you see people being welcomed, or you see people posting and working their business and needing boosted, and you're not giving that, you're robbing yourself of what you can receive. You are robbing yourself. So, you know, welcome others, love on others, and you will receive love back, okay? So the key to any relationship, whether it be your marriage, your business, your friendships, is just give and keep giving. Because when that happens, you don't even have to worry about receiving, because you will be inundated with love and people giving you stuff back. So, you know, I think of when you want a garden, right? I mean, you could walk outside and you could talk to the dirt and you could ask the soil, you know, give me a garden. And you can do that till you're blue in the face. You can ask that soil to give you a plant, and it's never going to give you a plant. I don't care how many affirmations you do. I don't care how many times you ask it to give you a plant. It's not going to. Why? Because you have to give first. That is how God set the world up. We have to plant the seed. We have to nurture it. We have to love it. We have to sacrifice for it. We have to give first. So use your power for good. Believe in what you're doing, and your life will become so much more successful. Nurture that garden, plant those seeds, give first, and you will receive. So these are my 5 things you must overcome to be successful. And when you master these 5 things, no doubt you will be on the road to becoming more successful. Just remember, success is a journey. It's not a destination. And if you like this content, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification for my next video, and I will see you at the top. Landy.